Chi Creation, Love and Light, Part 18. So, looking at bubbles again. So again, how this serves as that representation, that simplicity, be it in its design, for the micro and the macro, in that kind of way. So, bubbles of consciousness. Again, like the realm. Also like with the stem, which we've discussed in previous episodes, we've contemplated. So all the colours, like perceivable light and imperceivable light and stuff. And this one's got a bubble attached to it, so you can see how it looks like the black hole, how it goes over, and you've got like that, how it merges it together, and then because it squashes it, it makes that area flat. Don't capture it there, but there you can see it better. As you can see, it domes over, it's connected, and then there's like flat surface within it. So having two together as well, like the male and the female. So this is again a bubble, or a ring with soap water, and you see all these layers. So this reminds me of how your eyes work. Like I spoke about it on panels before about like it used to happen more often. It still happens today, right? But it's like it's quite rare. But say if you wake up in the middle at night and you walk up to go to the bathroom, so you got up quite fast and you turn the light on, and it's like, you know, it's kind of immediate. So it's like your brain had a chance to like fully switch itself on properly. You know what I mean? All the different aspects of what it's got to do in that kind of sense and stuff. And one of those aspects is your vision. So you turn the light on and you like your pineal gland is like strobing. It's like, you know, it strobes faster and faster until it becomes imperceivable that it's strobing. And so it's like right now it's strobing for you to, like, you know, capture the image of light and stuff. Like each strobe is like another, I suppose, like, you know, a still in a camera reel, you know what I mean? So because it happens so fast, it's imperceivable, you know. So it's like, you know, we can't tell in that kind of sense and stuff. Like, but and this is part of it. It's showing you. So especially with colours here and that kind of way, and you consider like the eye migraines. And so when you get your eye migraines, you've got these lines that are all overlap and they're all moving, and you've got other lines which will be going this way, whilst this is going that way, and there will be some more lines going that way, and it's moving at a certain speed. Like when you see propeller blades spinning, and they're spinning so fast that it suddenly looks like they're going backwards. It does that. So like as this is moving forward or up, then it'll suddenly look like it's going down suddenly, you know what I mean? And there's a part of that, it's kind of like there's an energy exchange. It's like there's energy going out whilst there's also energy coming back in. So it's like a communication, really. So that's why I've referenced like to spiritual downloads. You see the eye migraine in the Fibonacci spiral. So it's like coming from an infinite place to the present. So it's like a stream, and it depends which arc. It's sometimes like up there or sometimes around there. So it looks like it's going to your chakras, like behind you maybe. Um, so in terms of how your vision works, and how the chakra works, then when we're looking at that in terms of like the micro and the macro, we can see how like the realm works as well. So on this, we've got the rainbow, we've got the different colours, and then the imperceivable light, and then your next dome, or how we're perceiving things. But this area, it seems to be a perceivable light. It looks flat as well. I'm not saying the sun's flat, but it's like our perception of it. So when we look at a star, it kind of looks like that. So in a sense of like when we're looking through a bubble of consciousness, maybe that's related in that kind of sense. It's how bright it is in that kind of way as well. And then you got like the area you can't see. So if this is the dome, then that's like the sunlight coming off it in that kind of way. So we see here, we see all the bands. And then when it's imperceivable, so there's probably bands there as well, but it's imperceivable. It's how the realm functions in this kind of way. It's like the torus field is constantly doing this. It's like these waves constantly coming out, but probably so fast and so subtle that it's imperceivable. Other than examples like this. Oh, that we're talking about. You've got these kind of things. Which I don't know, it goes into like how it bounces with light, so you get like the second image of it and stuff. So if that's like the explanation of it, it's like we don't have to add it to like the torus field as such, and like the big model of what we're talking about in that kind of way. Unless it is, I mean, it could be something I'm missing, but it curiously said two suns on that example as well. But, so you got multiple rainbows and stuff from our domes. The imperceivable area. How sunlight like it looks. There's all the frequencies of colour. So we see here, as we're looking at like the realm, we can see other, we can see this part here. You see it's like this definite black line where the orange is, and it's like the glow seems to come out of that. So it's like you've got the blackness, and then you've got the waves that come over it. So it's constantly like this is the heartbeat basically. Or thinking about like nature's pulse. So that video, how that kind of links up in terms of like how the water moves and how that relates to his heartbeat as well and stuff. So, and also the sun colours which come with it. So as it's like that micro to macro example again. So you got it there. It comes around. You get the sun splitting. Same again, but it's a bit grainy. So you got like the realm. It's also like the peacock feather. So like this as well. It's same shape and pattern. So it's making that heart shape, but it's the peacock feather symbol, which is also the black hole. So it's fluctuating. It's constantly shifting and changing. So eventually it comes into a face and stuff. But you're always getting these kind of shapes and patterns. So more like heart shaped. But it's also got like a line going between, so you can relate it to like the peacock feather and the realm. So you're you got the these blue areas if they were black, and then you got the red globe coming round it, and then you got the center line as well. So you can see it there, a peacock part, how it swoops in to create that line. It's like an arrow. Same again, as you can see, sun. So the vibrations. Sun split. So the vibrate. It's like it's chi. So before we were looking at waves, weren't we? So the waves match up with the macro. But the waves are matching up with the chi. So like the spiritual foundations of what the realm is. It's like, that's how our anatomy, our heart, everything about us kind of functions, as brain, as eyes. So when we get creatures like this, like the grubs and stuff, we have this segmented area at the back. And so you can see when they move, it's like light in between. And so like that waves of energy coming through all the time. And quite often the pulse, like a wasp or maggots, you know what I mean? We've got like that pulsing nature about them. So you can see like the light coming through, but each one's also like the sun on the edge of a blackness. So the sun and black hole together, all as one, and going through its pulses, its vibrations. So it's showing it that way, in that kind of sense. So you got the split, where it V's into there. So it's like the peacock. It's the same. It's just not showing you the colours. And more variations of it. So it's really, you can't really see it the same. You know what I mean? But you can recognise the patterns as it's shifted from the previous images. So it is the same. So it's like that could be your yin, your yang realm, and that's being between. But you can see a bit of a ridge, which is part of that peacock. So then we see the black hole, we see the sunlight coming around it. So it looks, there's one aspect, it's like use a thumbnail for it and stuff kind of thing, like, so it looks like it's leaving a trail, like almost like it's moving. This next picture show. Yeah, this one. You see like these trails in that kind of sense. So it's like one or two things. It's either we're moving or it's like when we see a wood knot and we see the wood knot, the knot's not moving. It's growing out, but in terms of its location, I'll look for a wood knot. You see, it looks more like a boulder on the beach and all water's rushing around it. So the tide's going back out. It can either way, but at the same time, you can see how the water runs in that kind of sense. It's like goes around it. It's like the... Hold on. I like that one, but... It looks like it draws round. So, you know, the tree, the way the tree grows, you know, that's always getting bigger, but its limbs come out and tend to be there, don't they? You know, they might move up a bit, you know what I mean, as the tree's growing and stuff, but there might be... It's just the way a tree grows, like, in that kind of sense, but... that one for, like, the onion shape, the chakra shape, all that kind of stuff. So that's what I think. I think we're stationary, and it's showing you the movement of like the waters on the outside in that kind of sense. And we're inside this protected dome. And you can see where it splits, all that kind of thing. But also, it's yin and yang realm aspects to it. How that looks like a fly, you know. So like the realm, it's got that same kind of thing. I mean, it is a fly in it, but but also you see like the sun, the edge of the sun. See like all the... Can I zoom in further? Yeah. It looks like the surface of the sun now, it's all splashing up and fiery, or rather than fiery, more like, you know, chi, an abundance of chi. So, yeah, you can see like the fly's head in that kind of sense, how it looks like the realm. And the micro macro of it is kind of like copying itself. Lightning bugs. So again, we've got the same shape, but we've got the light coming from within it. So again, you got the tail, light. It's got the head there as well. So you've got like the eyes being like the realm in that kind of sense. So the peacock feather. So I always see it this way, like the dome, a secondary dome maybe. It looks like an eye with all the iris. The flat part there, it looks like it sits into it. I should twist it. I can't twist it. So, you know, twist it more. I don't know if this picture's been manipulated or if it's just like a blurry camera effect. but how well it looks for that, the realm in that kind of way. So again, so yeah, it's got a stem, but it's like the water seems to brush around it as part of its expression. It's in green. So, like the spider's legs come up like that. When we've looked at, like the jumping spiders, this one splits. So you've got yin realm and the yang realm. It's also the heart shape. It can be the heart shape other way around as well, but you've got the colours of the aurora borealis come off it as well. Which is also, it's reminiscent of rainbows, like the perceivable light and the non-perceivable light and such. As you got the ocean wave coming over the horizon line there, so the ocean wave and the reflection, it appears bigger because of the angle that you're looking at it. The angle that the photo's been taken from. the God's photo, not this photo, but like the actual design, what the angle of the perspective were for it to recreate that image. Like I say, it's like it does it from a third person perspective. Like, you know what I mean? It's not the ocean doing it, it's the realm doing it, but like from an internal viewpoint. Which also explains why it's black, rather than, the sun colours and stuff. So, like the fly, again, if we turned it, we'd see realm above and realm below. So, we've got flies. In the same way, if we look at it more like a peacock feather, then it makes it look different in a way. Try and turn it sideways. But because it's showing you that sacred design, then, you know what I mean? If you relate it to being the realm, you know what I mean? And that's what the design is based on, then it has to be sacred. So it shows you the waves of energy, the ocean waves as well. But especially like being in terms of like its eyesight, there's a lot of different patterns that you can get on them and stuff like. But the waves are more important in a sense. That looks like the butterfly with the eyes. It looks like eyes and eyebrows and a dark area for where the eyes would be. I'm not going to get to that picture in this video. Or hoping to. But again, you can see the shape of a realm, the peacock feather. in that kind of way. Again, how bubble-like it is. So like the perceivable light, the non-perceivable, the colour. A bubble of consciousness. Red for sun. Also the anatomy shapes. So like when the ocean makes those shapes, it's getting the match up with the actual realm itself. Which, you know, if you can spot that kind of thing, like, but the anatomy. So again, red like the sun, more peacock, like in its how it attaches in that kind of sense. Your waves, waves of chi. It looks like the horizon line, so like the distance in that kind of sense. Again, like when you look at a bubble and you see the reflection of a world. So again, the vibrations, the waves of energy. And now you get these patterns. It's mirrored, so you got one at each side, but also like that V is almost like the peacock feather. So you're seeing that repeated pattern. It's going to be for its face, and then it's up here as well, like again and again. So then it leaves these patterns. So again, like that butterfly, how it becomes more like a. I'll show it. Like them butterflies. So it looks like eyes, like eyebrows. Some of them are eyelashes. But we generally get this characteristic. It gets repeated a few times. It's black, like the realm in that kind of sense. It's again like the realm with blackness and stuff. This band which comes over. There's like all those clouds and stuff that go in between. And like the black hole pictures and stuff. We call it dust or whatever. But it could be chi, it could be sand, it could be a mixture. But also like with this, they look like clouds in here. You could also say like waves crashing. You can see its eye there, how that looks like dark, this depth to it kind of thing. So it's also a little bit similar to Jupiter. You look at Jupiter and it's got like a similar thing going off to a certain degree. To a certain degree. But a lot of the wandering stars seem to have a dark spot somewhere. Close up of a butterfly eye. Now it looks like the sun. I can turn this one. You got all the streaks coming up off it. It's also like looking at top down, looking down at the black hole, and then you got all the clouds coming out at the side and stuff. I've got more waves. So yeah, again, it's got inconsistency, so does look like ocean waves, but I think it's matching up with a macro. So you got the waves of chi, how eyes function in that kind of sense. You see the dome over it as well, but I've run out of time, so I have to continue on next one. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers.